Hi again, guys. Today I'd like to talk to you about time management and dealing with loose ends. Now, as you know, in our last video we dealt with the idea of prioritizing the things that you could control over things you couldn't control, and we used the time management matrix. Now, if you haven't seen that video yet, it might be worthwhile just having a look because it might fill in a few of the gaps of what we're dealing with today. But the other area which causes people a lot of problems is the area of loose ends, the type of things that drain us subconsciously of our energy without them really needing to. Now, types of things we're talking about here is that, maybe an argument that you had with somebody that you never really got any closure on, or maybe you bought something online and you never received it and never followed it up. And these are the kinds of things that are in the back of your mind all the time, causing you a certain amount of anxiety and stress. So in today's exercise, what we're really going to aim to do is to deal with those loose ends in a methodical way. So if you'd like to join in, please grab a piece of paper and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, so by now you should have a fresh piece of paper, a pen. I'd like you to jot down, please, all the things that you haven't yet dealt with, the types of loose ends that you've been putting off, because that's what we do as human beings. Anything that's a loose end, we always tend to avoid and say, well, I'll deal with it tomorrow. And you tend to have the whole ostrich in the sand approach to these things. But what you should now do is get your list in front of you and put a 1, 2, 3 in terms of priority order for the things that are robbing you of, shall we say, up to at least 80% of your energy unnecessarily. And it's these things that once you deal with them, you lift a great burden from your shoulders, and actually subconsciously you begin to feel a lot better. So please do this exercise now. Again, put me on pause if you need to, and I'll join you in a few. Okay, so now there's only two choices to make with those things that you've numbered. You can either choose to deal with those, or you can let them go. Now, that's the only choices we have. If it's something, let's say you had a letter of complaint that you sent off to a travel company because some recent journey you've been on didn't go as planned, and you never heard back from that travel company. Well, you've either got to deal with it, or if it's been a few weeks, a few months, you may have to just accept it's never going to happen. So just let it go. Now, the way you can let go of these things is to just simply say, okay, I'm letting it go. Or you can use the method that I taught you in video 1 on time management and clearing your mental decks, if you like, your mental house cleaning, which is to use the Sedona method. And the Sedona method is very powerful when it comes to releasing all kinds of things. But in this instance, what you would do is you would look at the thing on your list that you've got a 1 or a 2 by, and simply ask yourself this question. Could I, just for now at least, could I just let this go? Now, subconsciously, you'll have an answer in your head. You'll either have a yes or you'll have a no. Both are absolutely valid. But as you begin to move through the process, the energy of that hold on that particular idea begins to drop away. So the second question you would ask yourself then is, would I let this go? Would I really choose to let this go if I realise there's nothing I can do about it? It's something which is way in the past, and it's going to make me feel better if I did let it go. Would you let it go? Yes or no? Well, most people would answer with a pretty positive yes on this count. So give yourself, be kind to yourself and give yourself the choice to say yes. And when would you do that? When would you choose to actually let something go that was unnecessarily burdening you? And the answer, of course, is now. You don't wait for it, you just say now. And what you should find is when you think about that particular item on your list again, something's freed up, something's got better. So let it go and move on to the next one. And what you'll find is as you methodically work your way through these particular thoughts and ideas, you begin to declutter even further. So we've got your time management from video 1 where we dealt with the mental house cleaning, we'd had the time management matrix. Now, another element now is just to simply tie up those loose ends, get some closure and feel a lot better from doing that. Well, that's my video for this week. Hopefully I'll produce one next week as well, and we'll keep the theme going. If you have liked this video, please, show some love and like, share and subscribe. Maybe even comment on this video on the Facebook page, and tell us how you've used it, because you may find that by just sharing those ideas you're helping someone else. So thanks again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. David Faratian, clinical hypnotherapist. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye.